So, good evening. Welcome back to another XGen and Millennial Monday night service. We are back with yet another fly on the wall conversation. So, the last couple of weeks we have been focusing on just having a conversation amongst myself and a few of my friends who I have the opportunity of serving with, not only in a spiritual aspect but in a secular life. And so what we did was invite people to the round table where we can have a conversation, bouncing from topic to topic. And this week we are focusing on entrepreneurship. So there are some new faces that you may see on the panel this week. And these are what I call grade A entrepreneurs. They are really creating their own lives based off a dream or a vision that God gave them or a gift that God gave them, and they're opening doors for themselves. So before we jump into that, I just want to open with a word of prayer, and then we'll just jump into the conversation, and we'll see where it goes from there. Lord, thank you for another day. Thank you for just another opportunity just to show off what you've done in our lives. Thank you for bringing us this far along the journey. And we thank you for the gifts that you sowed into our lives, not just for our own glory, but for yours. We thank you for each purpose and assignment that you have over our lives, not really just to open doors for us, but so that we can open doors right back to you. Lord, let this conversation go wherever you want it to go. Let it be transparent. Let it be vulnerable so that somebody else may get something from it. Not just have conversation for recreational purposes, but so that it may change somebody else's life. They may step out on faith to be an entrepreneur or to sow into the gift that you sowed into them. In the name of Jesus, we pray. Amen. Can I get some amens? Okay. But so tonight, I'll let you all introduce yourselves. I'm the regular face that you always see. I'm Chris McClure. I am the founder of the Summit. I am the founder of the Summit. I started the Summit last year, and we have been doing some amazing things this far. And then I'll let Mike introduce himself since he is a recurring face that you usually see.
Co-founder of the Summit, Michael. So
what do you do for a living, Michael? Yeah.
Okay, so what I do for a living, I am a master barber.
Okay, master barber. Then my bro Jimmy, who is new to this week.
I'm Jimmy Donald. For the past 12 years, I've run my own maintenance company. Launching next month, me and my business partner will be launching FTM Trucking, my own trucking authority.
Okay. 6'9", Daniel.
My name Daniel Norman. I do a lot.
Such as?
I remodel houses, I cut grass, I wash cars, I manage a bar. I do a lot. Security. Oh, y'all know. I done threw y'all out a couple times.
Gotcha. Who we got?
I'm Chantel. I am a lash technician.
Certified
lash technician.
Okay. So tonight the conversation is really focused on entrepreneurship. The reason that we've brought many different faces to the table is because everybody's story is not the same. Everybody did not really jump out on faith to start their business or to start their new way of living. So I want the people to get to hear an opportunity about what brought you this far and what entrepreneurship means to you. Like, a lot of people really look at entrepreneurship as one thing and the world says it's another, but what really does entrepreneurship mean to you all when you hear it, or when people say you're an entrepreneur? What does that really define as?
You start with me.
Yeah, we just bouncing around,
okay.
Whoever.
Me personally, I just felt like entrepreneurship was just me making my own schedule, being my own boss, doing what I wanted to do when I wanted to do it. And then on the catering side, just making sure that my clients feel beautiful when leaving, to help uplift someone else's spirit when they leave my chair. I guess you could say.
Mike, you have something to say?
Entrepreneurship, to me, to piggyback off what she kind of said, was just freedom to clock in when I want, deal with clients or deal with people when I want, provide a service that makes people feel good, and ultimately that I feel good at the end of the day when I do it. Like, man, I like seeing the end results of everything, so I would say that's what entrepreneurship mean to me.
Anybody else chiming in on that?
Entrepreneurship, to me, is probably the most gratifying part of my life, being able to get out and make things happen myself. It's grueling. I'm up at 6:30 in the morning, and I'm probably not asleep till 11:30 midnight. But it's worth it, making my own dollar, seeing things happen the way that I see them fit, and knowing that if this thing doesn't run, it's because of me directly.
Gotcha. Got some 6ix9ine?
Basically, the same thing they said. Entrepreneur to me is I don't even know how to put it, but I want to jump on to talk about, because you said some people didn't step out on faith.
So gotcha. So one word that I heard y'all keep saying over and over is there's a freedom that comes with entrepreneurship. How do you maintain to be disciplined and still have that freedom? The fact of knowing that, yes, I can start the day when I want to, but I'm going to come in early, or I'm going to take that step towards something else, or how do you still maintain discipline even though you are your own boss, knowing that you can't get any discipline for being late, but still taking those early clients and stuff like that?
Well, for me, it's a discipline because, again, when you sign on to that, you also sign on to hold yourself accountable for your clients. So since I cater to people, now I have accountability on myself to not leave you hanging. So if I give you an appointment, or if I give you this, or this is what I'm signing on to, this is my career, I still have to respect it and honor it, and at the same time respect my clients or who I'm serving, and respect their time and their so forth. So it's like, I don't know. I feel like it honestly gives you more discipline, because like when I was working a regular job, I could almost be like, man, I might just stand getting fired for real just because I don't want to go in, or whatever, or my sleep pattern might be off, or just whatever else. Now I respect my time more and my clients' time more, to where I try to get rest when I can, or know for a fact I got to get up when my alarm go off, versus procrastinating, kind of laying around, whatever, like, nah, I'm going to get up because I know I have to be somewhere, and this is where I want to be, pretty much.
See, with me, I don't have discipline. I don't know how to tell clients no. I don't know when to take time for myself. Gotcha. Like, I have no discipline when it comes to my schedule, because I'm a people pleaser. I always want to get my clients in to where I'm working sun up to sundown. And then it's like I left my job so that I had more free time to do what I wanted to do, but yet I'm still working crazy hours.
I think I need my cool points for that.
So it's like, I don't know. It's really hard to more so discipline myself to be like, okay, I'm gonna take people at 9 o'clock, and then I'm gonna take my last client at 4 and be done with it. Like,
Instead
I don't.
Of getting that text, like,
instead of getting, hey, can I get I know it's last minute. I got a funeral to go to. I got a wedding to go to. I got an occasion out of town. It's like, dang, I want to get them in because I don't want them to feel left down or let down, or have to go to somebody else, and then that could potentially take a client.
Gotcha.
So.
Anybody else?
For me, I guess it's, there are a number of different reasons that keep me hacking at it every day, but initially would be my wife and my 2 children. The buck stops at me. And so, I wake up for that, but that's a part of a bigger picture of generational wealth and legacy. I definitely consider myself maybe the first person in my family that's actually taken our family name and started to intentionally put something behind it. And so just that whole process, just, not have my children have to worry about things later on in life, and being able to create opportunity not only for them but for other people that I mentor and different things of that nature. That's what keeps me going every day.
Gotcha. So everybody came to the common agreeing point of, like, you respect what you do, basically. You take pride in what you do. How do you get those around you to respect the work that you do, instead of coming and asking you to give a quote and expecting a cousin discount, or, asking somebody to give you a cut, and since we friends, I expect to walk out paying $10 less than everybody else? How do you get everybody else to respect what you, like, you really sacrificed your life for this? You know what I mean?
Can I start off?
Yeah.
With that? Because, ladies, I know y'all watching. If y'all are, this is for y'all. I have so many people who want to be like, hey, I came in 3 weeks ago, but I've been picking at them, but I ain't been picking at them that much. Can I get it for like $40? Can I just throw you something? Like, no. I cannot do that because my bills is not gonna get paid for me being nice to you because you want to pick at your eyes. Like, no, it's not. It's not fair to me, and I feel like it's not. It's not fair to my hustle. It's not fair to my work. It's not fair at all for someone to just automatically assume that just because they're a friend, a cousin, a long lost, anything, that they just require a discount for any type of service.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no.
What you got, Mike?
With that, I look at it like, if you say you my homie and you support my business, pay what I'm telling you to pay. I'm not trying to get over on you. I appreciate your business. I appreciate your money. But if I'm giving you a price, it's for me to make money and it's for me to, do the service for you. Just do it. I mean, like, support me. This is my business. You support me, I support you,
Yeah, like I still have a hard time with that because I still got people that come in and want to hit me with the, bruh, you've been cutting me since high school, blase skill, whatever. I've been paying this. But I feel like that person specifically should honor me more than probably a new client for the most part because you've seen my growth.
Okay.
You've been there since day one when I was cutting on the toilet or cutting on top of the sink or lining you up with a big razor just because we about to go somewhere real quick and I'm just cleaning you up or whatever. Like, you should honor that and see that, like, man, one, you progressing in your career in life or you got a new job or you got a promotion. You see me hustling, getting up every day at 7 in the morning still, and then like now or whatever, feel me, my child is involved. So feel me, you see me making time for him, getting him, bringing him to the shop with me. You see just a lot that goes into it to where you should be like, man, he deserved this dollar. Why would I want to short him? Why would I want to? He's been at it this long, and to had you as a client just as long. So I done showed you respect by keeping you around when I could have been winged you off or try to put the dollar before you or our friendship to where it's like a nah, man. I got people trying to pay this, or I got people that's honoring my time a little bit more than what you are. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut you loose, or I'm gonna have to find you another barber or something like that. But nah, so I feel like they should be respecting that and doing that. And I mean, like I said, I still have hard time with it with some people or whatever, just because at the end of the day too, I respect my craft in general, so I'm not necessarily chasing the dollar, but it does frustrate me at times to know that people still don't respect the time and effort that you put into your hustle or your grind or your craft or whatever.
Then it's like, grow with me. If you growing with me, grow with my prices.
Right.
It at the end of the day, it's just that is what it is. You don't go to a nail tech and ask for a cheaper price discount. You don't go to the store, a clothing store, and ask for a cheaper price discount. Nothing like that. So just do it. I mean, if you want the services done, you're going to pay for it, regardless if you pay it with me or you go to another person that's not going to give you a discount that you don't know. Why not just pay it with me?
To me, there are a couple of things that I wish I could have told my younger entrepreneur self. One is take emotions out of the game. When you plan on being a shark in business, emotions are not something that you can really dwell on because family and friends or everybody will try to discount you. Two, you have to prepare. Like, if you're gonna expect a certain amount of money, make sure that your quality is of that standard, and you have to value yourself. My daddy used to say, a Cadillac is a Cadillac. I don't care where you get it. You have to treat it like if I know that I'm worth a certain amount of money, I can't start out giving people discounts just because nobody knows me. Right. What I need to do is prepare a little more so when I come out, I'm fully comfortable and confident charging people what price that I charge. And if you can't partake in that, then I just have to move on to the next person. I can't, if I'm going to give somebody a discount, I'm probably just going to do it for free and right. Give me what you want to give me, because I'm going to be disappointed because now you're going to expect me to give you a discount. And so a lot of that is our responsibility of making sure we have a standard of the prices that we want to charge and that we don't have emotions when it comes to business.
Right. Gotcha. What you saying, son?
I was about to say, that's what my mentor told me. Like, make your prices to the people that you want to
serve.
That you want to serve. Like, you can't make your prices any lower to people that's not going to grow with you. Always set your prices for people that you want to
So how do you grow your business serving clients that don't want to grow with it? That makes sense. Like,
You can't.
it's impossible.
Nah, you can. I feel like you can still, like, for instance, at least I say that for me because I've grown, huh?
Juicy little disagreement.
I feel like you can still grow. It's just it could possibly hinder your state of mind for your growth because you still allowing something to tug at you that you know is stressful or is irritating you or whatever the case may be. So if I'm sitting here growing and I done open up a shop where I'm doing X, Y, Z, but then I still have this one person that I'm letting tag along come in and undercut prices or treat my business however they want to treat it to an extent, it's like it frustrates me, but at the same time, I don't feel like it just stunts my growth and all because to an extent, like in a business like mine, one apple don't spoil the whole batch for real.
Right.
And I could just deal with you accordingly because you're one person I'm dealing with one-on-one, and I deal with each individual person for themselves. Like we have our own relationship with, you feel me, each person. So that one person coming in don't stunt my growth. It's just a thing of, man, when are you gonna get on board? Or at some point, you're gonna weed yourself off regardless because I'm growing and you're not trying to grow with me. So you're gonna just fall to the wayside and it's gonna be a thing of, dang, why you can't service me no more or whatever the case may be. You know why. You don't respect nothing that I'm doing or whatever, so.
And I feel that's dangerous in business because and it's not nothing intentional from the customer. It may be your cousin, your brother, or whoever. They just really want to get it for the low. But when you're talking about principle, that's like having a store and, every day your cousin might come in and get a pack of non-laters. Right. Get a pack of non-laters. And then you look a year or 2 years down the line and that's $600. You know what I'm saying? And way it may not make a big difference now, over time, we have to have a structure and you have to respect the fact that I'm building my dream. You're not building anything with this discount. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? If I charge 20 and you like the standard of my cut, then that should motivate you to get out here and make that 20. If not, there are other barbers here and I understand that. But I have a business practice and I need you to, I can't afford to at this point, at this point, when I'm able to afford to give free, then I'll start into philanthropy. You know what I'm saying? I'll do free haircuts for the whole, first grade Rosa Parks Elementary or whatever, and that's where I pay mine forward. But you have to be loyal enough to yourself and business to make sure that you get exactly what you set out for.
Right, and that would kind of fall back on you in the long run as well, because if you're stuck in a way where you're just like, okay, just throw me this or just throw me that, it's like now you're not respecting your own craft. Right. Like now you just gonna automatically, that person is gonna automatically assume that you're gonna always give a deal, and you growing forward and moving to higher levels, that's not gonna be you after a while. So then that person is gonna be like, well, dang, cuz you just gave me this or you just did that, and it's like, nah. Now you see where I'm growing, you see I'm elevating. So if you can't pay that, then you just can't come. Like that one person ain't gonna change your money too much because they already want a discount anyway.
Grow for real with that one person. Just like you said, it mess up your mentality because again, you sitting there wanting to grow, but you're not putting the respect on yourself to allow yourself to grow because you're still allowing certain stuff to go on or whatever. So it's like,
and just say, for instance, you couldn't hear now and say years down the line, now you got a chain of barbershops, and that same cousin who was coming and getting discounts, now he's on your team. But now the money is bigger. Now we're talking about hundreds of thousands, and cuz say, all right, cuz I just took all the money from this one barbershop to pay for this Cadillac note, but I'm gonna get it back to you. You know what I'm saying? You know I'm good for it. You would have never even thought you had that chance if a long time ago I cut off, this is how we do business. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't follow this, then you just have to step aside. I'll try to create an opportunity for you later. You know what but the thing is, I would much rather, like a kid sometime will come down my street. I mentor, you know what I'm saying, kids in my neighborhood, and they'll come ask, do I got $10? Now I got some work for you. You know what I'm saying? You can come back here and do some work, and then I can talk to you and all this different type of stuff. But I'm not in the business of just giving things to able-bodied people, and I can't, my aspect from things is different, but I'm literally coming from homeless. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have a lot of, my heart don't bleed a lot for people with open hands. You know what I'm saying? That still are able to do something. Now, if you need somebody to show you the way, I'm here for you too. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna try to, I'm gonna try to help you find it out. But giving stuff, I got an 11-year-old, a 2-month-old, and a wife. All my giving got to go to them and God until I can see better.
So then how, more to the aspect of like how when you're growing your business, let's say, as for you, you went from books to now you're on an app, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do you make the people that you serve respect that little bit of growth? It may seem like, oh yeah, you bougie now, yeah, you turned up now, whatever. But how do you make people respect that, and how does little things like that affect your entrepreneurship?
So me transferring over from handwriting all my appointments to going to the app. Honestly, now when he says about discipline and respecting myself, I've been doing good with that. Literally, like usually, like I felt like by now I probably would have fell subject to, all right, I'm gonna book it for you, or just different little stuff, or entertaining the conversation of people trying to act like it's something so special about me going, basically providing you an app to where you don't have to hassle me about booking your own appointment. Like for real, I made it better for you versus I'm on vacation, you keep trying to text me, keep trying to call me, and I'm telling you, hold on, let me wait till I get to my book to be able to give you an appointment because I don't know right now. I'm making it easy for you. You can just be riding down the street and just think like, dang, I need a cut, and you go on there and book. So I feel like I've been doing good with staying disciplined with that. As far as, like I said, not entertaining the conversation. Somebody asks something, I just send them the app. I don't really give them too much conversation. It's plain as day. It's go on the app, do whatever, you feel me, and do what you got to do. So I feel like, for real, that transition has been easy. And for real, the fact that a lot of my clients have taken heed to it and they enjoy the app, they like going through the app better, it make me proud to stand on it more and be like, okay, this is working. So this is what I'm going to stick to, and I'm not going to let nobody, you feel me, veer me off from doing what's working.
See, I need to get a nap. Cause
I need one too. What's the
I
app,
just-
bro? What's the app?
so
What's the
listen, the reason why I need an app is because I sent out a post and text message to all my clients, right, that I was gonna be on leave from this day to this day. So shut up. So naturally you would think that if I'm telling y'all the day that I'm coming back, that y'all will book from that day going forward. No.
People are still booking 2 days ahead.
These
like, big
people
bruh,
is still
I'm
trying
gone.
to text me today talking about, can I get an appointment for Friday when I come back? No. They're gone because people who knew that I was on leave decided
Scheduled
to
ahead of
book
time.
ahead because they knew what was going on. So it's like now I need an app because now y'all can see what's available and what's not.
And that
Period.
app helped though, because then you find people that be, like, people still think I be lying. Like, a person to get on the app, look at no appointments on there and be like, bruh, so you ain't got nothing? Bro, what did the app just tell you? Like, what do you want me to say that the app ain't telling you? The app got every time in the world on it.
Mm-hmm.
I can't make up no new times. I'm not the controller of time. Like, what do you want me to do? Like,
So what's the app, bro?
go on the Cut app. Feel me? App, you go to Barber. Download the app.
7
Get with me.
469.
I think I still got some Saturday open right now.
Okay, so you said, well, oh, go ahead, my fault.
As far as making people respect the small stuff, you're gonna frustrate yourself. I feel like so much of business is done in the basement, in the studio, in the back, on the drawing board, and the people that you serve are not gonna understand just for a schematic, a blueprint of a house. They don't respect the time that it takes to sit down and draw that up. I just want my house built. You know what I'm saying? It's not a lot of people that I really, I guess, seek approval from, but I do sort of garner respect from the people above me, the people moving on the way that I'm moving on, that are doing, I guess, better than me or farther along than me. And the only reason that I really respect their opinions is because I'm coming up and I'm following a path that they left. So if I know that you're on the right track, it helps me out. But even at that, it goes to a certain extent because I know what I have in my heart, and so at some point other people's opinions can't matter at all, because people are gonna cast their doubts on you based on where they're coming from. And if what you have wasn't born in them, then how can they tell you how to raise it? You know what I'm saying? There's no way that a woman bearing a child in Oakwood can tell a woman on the north side of Saginaw how to raise a baby. We got two different perspectives. You know what I'm saying? We may have the same goals to have our kids graduate and all that different stuff, but you don't look at it how I look at it. And a customer is not going to look at it like a business owner is looking at it. Right. Why you closed on the 4th? Bro, because I need a break. He not thinking that. He thinking everybody want to cut on the 4th. And everybody got money because the 1st just passed.
Or more so, he want to cut on the 4th.
Right. and so you have to sort of play golf, man. You have to play the course and not the opponents. You can't be so engaged in the white noise, no pun intended. Just, the noise around you, because it'll tell you that you're going to fail, and it'll tell you it's a bad idea. There's probably a number of people that if you go talk to them and tell them about your business, they're going to be like, yeah, all right, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? But if it's in you, you know what I'm saying? Who knows where any of this stuff can lead to? I started off cutting grass, and I'm on a whole different aspect of things now just because I stayed the course and followed the path.
Yeah. So
Honey, people hit me on Christmas.
Right.
You doing lashes? What? On Christmas?
Yeah, why not? Shoot. Nah. I'm probably going to call for a cut on Christmas. But look, so we talked about transitions within your entrepreneurship. What was the transition from the 9 to 5 to being an entrepreneur? And then I'll say the second question, but talk about that transition. We talked about it's easy or not easy, but the challenges of growth within it. So to go from a book to an app, or to go from just cutting grass to now doing this, what are the challenges to get to that point when you were still working a 9 to 5 and still cutting hair, or when you were still working a 9 to 5 and still building houses, still washing cars, still busting out lashes? What did that look like?
So my transition was fairly easy for real. I'm 31. I've been cutting hair since I was 14. So
Man, you old,
everything
bro.
cool? Everything cool with the ages? All right, so I was cutting since I was 14. So cutting has always been for real on the forefront. But you feel me? I'm going to school. I'm doing other stuff, or I'm working a 9 to 5 or whatever,
football.
because I can't even say that I felt like I was making more money doing such, but I never got to the point to where I needed to go to school until I knew all right, I need to go to school. So I was basically putting other stuff in front of it, like college, or like I said, just doing regular jobs, 9 to 5 and stuff like that. But then, like I said, I would always cut. So then my transition came smooth because one, I was already cutting, and it just came to a point where I knew I did not want to just keep going into that factory, working and pleasing somebody else, and like I said, not having my own schedule, not being able to have that freedom, and then more so, steel toes, terrible. So that was terrible. But then, for real, it was low-key a no-brainer too. So once I knew I was having my son, that's when I just dropped it off. It was like, okay, I'm gonna stop procrastinating, and I'm gonna just. You said do what? I was gonna. I just knew I had to just drop out. Wasting my time, like I said, with a regular 9 to 5, doing something that I didn't see myself growing in, and go after what I was passionate about, what I fell in love with, and which was cutting hair. So I went to school after that, and the transition been smooth. I ain't even thought about having another job. I ain't looked at having another job, and like I said, I take pride in seeing that end result, and my clients walking out feeling good, people calling me back when they riding down the street or they went somewhere and they like, man. So for real, the transition was easy for me because it's what I've always done. So I knew it was gonna become a point where that would have possibly been my main career. It just was the timing, the inevitable timing of when it happened and when I needed to see it through.
For me, I was working a 9 to 5.
Tell them.
I was going to school. I was doing lashes. I was a full-time mama too. Love you too. Yep, that's my baby. But no, I'm for real though. But I was working a 9 to 5, and then I was going to school full time, and I was doing lashes. So it was like I was up from, again, sun up to sundown, and I felt like my 9 to 5 wasn't making ends meet to where I had to continuously take clients all night in order to make up for the difference. So the way I felt like I would make more money and step into myself was with a little help from that one over there. Was me just to eliminate my 9 to 5. Although it was at the time I was in school for nursing, so it was already a foot in the door into where my end goal was. But in order for me to make the coins that I needed to make and to stay above water, I needed to put more time into my craft. And in doing so, I've been crazy wealthy, I guess I could say. Like, I've seen more money in dollars with me being myself and stepping and tapping into my craft that 9 to 5 was in the way for a long time. And now, hey, I done took more trips, I done bought more things, I done blessed more people, and I've loved myself more and had more time to be me, being an entrepreneur and quitting.
Quit. You ain't resign.
Quit. No, I resigned. I gave my 2 weeks. A week and a half.
My transition, I guess, I don't know if it was ever really a point where I felt like I was going to be at a 9 to 5. I got a number. My bad. I'm a convicted felon. You know what I'm saying. I have a number. So when I got out the joint, I knew that there were a certain amount of doors that just weren't going to be open. Right. You know, I played the streets for a little while and then got out of Michigan, where I'm from originally, and came down here, and I got a job because I've never been, I'm a quality worker, you know, employee or whatever, but I've been hired and fired from so many, maybe 20 plus jobs, not because of anything I done wrong at work. You know, I've been at jobs where I've been hired as a manager and put on, and then they do a background check, and they come and give me that, you know, we're going to have to go in a different direction. And so, like, bruh, literally, that, you know, on top of nobody else is ever going to pay me what I feel like I'm worth. Mm-hmm. You know, I just don't feel like it, and if I get a six-figure job, I'm going to always be thinking, what if I had my own company doing this? You know, it's like I don't have for real another option unless Oprah come and bless your boy or something like that. I just don't. There's no other options for me, and so it was never a transition. When I came out, I knew I wanted to have my own thing. My aim was on point. It's just my targets was wrong. I was choosing different ways to get it. You know what I'm saying? And through that, like I don't. That's Jay-Z. That ain't me, y'all.
I was like, oh, he's spitting. He's spitting bars.
Perfect analogy.
Okay.
But I don't know, man. I could never see myself working a 9 to 5, and I just want to show like the ones that come behind me that you don't have to. Like a larger part of what I do and why I do is because of the guys that look like me and come from the same situation that I come from. And a lot of times we tell these young cats that they need to get it together and they need to get a job or they need to do something, and we leave it at that. Like, we not the ones that left them there, you know what I'm saying? And not to get too deep, but a bigger part of that is to show cats that come from where I come from that, bruh, there's another way to make it. And you know what I'm saying, to help them along, just to be a light on that path.
Also, everybody is not equipped to have a job. Like, no one has to go out and just be like, okay, you know what? I'm a grow up and I'm gonna get a job and I'm gonna work a job for the rest of my life. Like, there's people who can get up, go get a job and be like, you know what? This job is not for me. Like, no job I would feel comfortable in because I feel like I'm above it. I feel like I can do more. I feel like I can gross more when I can do it on my own.
That's how I felt. Every job I had, I quit. Payless Distribution, Walmart, Dollar General, I quit.
HR director watching right there.
I know, I quit because I felt like y'all was paying me this little money so I couldn't get to where I am now. I ain't never seen this type of money I'm making now.
So what was the decision that went into like I quit? More than just like a bad day, you know what I mean? Because it take more than just a bad day at a job.
What was the decision?
Yeah.
I kept getting phone calls like, hey, I need this done, right? So I call off work to go do this job. This man gonna pay me $20,000 to remodel his house, and I'm sitting here working for $10, $12 an hour. Y'all could take that job and put it somewhere. Like, that's what drew the line for me. I can't do it.
And that's
I said I would never, ever work for another person.
For me, it was, I guess, like I'm super analytical when it comes to, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. And so,
You gotta apologize for me. What is analytical?
like I break things down, like
Okay.
I break it all the way
Boy, you know what
down.
analytical
And
was.
so, for real, having a job to me is proof that what I want to do can happen. Like, you can have somebody else build your dream for you. And if that can happen, who's to say that I can't do it? If that's to happen, who's to say that I can't do it? You know what I'm saying? I have no qualm or no problem with anybody who wants to be an employee. My only thing is, if you make that decision, make sure you make it as an informed person. I don't know. I don't think this thing is for everybody. I don't. And it may be. I think entrepreneurs can be born and can be bred. You can be built into an entrepreneur. I could have seen myself, after I went to college and all that different stuff, going into some sort of cushy job if I'd have made different decisions. But I don't see no other way now. But I understand both sides of it. I have a brother that makes a nice amount of coin. You know what I'm saying? And I can't say I wouldn't do his job too if I wasn't equipped for it, but I just feel like one's life, your journey sets you on that tone. Whatever decisions you made growing all the way up, mistakes, good, bad, and different, aligned you for that moment. You know what I'm saying? For to be able to jump off the porch and not be afraid.
So what, how do I want to word this? What level of faith, or for my non-Christian people, what level of trust does it take to have a business that's all dependent upon other people? It could be people who wake up and be like, I'm happy with my house the way it is. It could be people who be like, I'm just gonna rock a fro this year, just depend on what end. I don't want my lashes done. What level of faith does it take to trust everybody else that they're going to need what you provided?
Mine's didn't. I don't feel like it took trust. I feel like it takes knowing you have the skill, like knowing that what I'm providing to an extent is better than what other people are providing. So even so much so say if you cut hair and I cut hair.
I do.
Okay.
He
So we might be as equals when it comes to technique or the finish and cut, but my customer service or the way I treat my clients or the environment that they come in or whatever else, that's what sets apart certain things or why people may want to come to you versus somebody else. So I feel like I don't have to wake up trusting and knowing like, man, I hope this many people come in today or whatever. I hope what I did yesterday carries over to this. I feel like it's already been set in stone just because of my character, who I am, period, or how people have gravitated towards me since I was young and cutting hair, to where it was like I always knew it was gonna be a no-brainer, or it was probably gonna be effortless to an extent. And then, I mean, just having friends or whatever, it's like, I've been providing service for y'all so long, where else are y'all gonna go to an extent? Y'all probably don't even know nobody else that cut hair. So I don't feel like I really just had to have that faith with that, but now that can tie into, so say if you're moving, then now it's just faith on, yeah, another.
Come on,
Jumping off the
preacher.
porch.
So now, like, say if you're moving, now that's where it can come into a thing of, not only am I jumping out on faith of me
Of your
moving
skill.
and knowing that I'll be able to provide for myself because of my work ethic, but then now I have to have faith and solely rely on my skills and the platform I'm be on, and knowing that I'm gonna be ready for it, and what I'm bringing to the table is just as good or not better than other people's.
I think you're talking about, when you're talking about the people that follow you, or the people that you employ, and being able to have faith that they are going to run your business for you, is establishing a culture. You know what I'm saying? And that's not even entrepreneurship. That's any area that you have standard in your life. Any cat that come work with me gonna know a few things. One, we finna get it out our back. We really finna get in there. But I'm down there with you. I'm not a point and click. Hey, do this and do that, and I can't do it. If I'm telling you to do it, listen. I know how to do it full and well, and I'm not afraid to show you. But at the same time, it's the love. You know what I'm saying? And so once you build a culture, or you have certain standards and principles, it sort of acts as a deterrent for people that don't want to. You know what I'm saying? People with bad customer service skills don't work at Chick-fil-A. If you find one, they're not there for long. You know what I'm saying? And so, but that's because the culture there is customer service. The person applied to Chick-fil-A thinking, I'm gonna have to smile all day and be nice all day, because that's their culture. You know what I'm saying? Their higher ups don't have to worry about it, because this is what it is. We don't have any grouches at our restaurant because we built our restaurant on these certain principles. And that's where it comes back to getting a discount. You know what I'm saying? Way back when you just doing haircuts for $5 and $10 to going all the way up to now you got employees. You know what I'm saying? You want to make sure that they're not giving discounts. So you got to let them see that you know what I'm saying? I'm never giving that situation. And so now the culture is, we straight up and down in this barbershop, bro. We love you to death, but you're going to have to come on $5 Saturday or whatever. You know what I'm saying? As of right now, we getting this money, and if you can't get your haircut for the amount that we charging, brother, I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, do something, get some scissors or something.
For me, I feel like this pandemic kind of was a test of people's faith, I would say, for entrepreneurs now, because with me doing lashes, I have a lot of older clients, I have a lot of younger clients, middle-aged clients. So it's like, if I didn't have faith in my skill, none of my people would have been coming. I feel like it says a lot as far as you having faith in your skill for when people still want to come through a crazy situation like this. Like, if people still like, hey, I know it's a pandemic, but can I get in? Are you still providing services? Well, like, what precautions are you doing? Like, for people to still want to invest in you during this time, and they're not even really making money, or they're not really even doing what they do for a living, that says a lot. That's that faith that you're stepping out on.
They was getting that PUA.
Well, PUA or not, they was trying to spend it with
shared
me.
it with you, though.
Yeah, so hey, I'm grateful for that. So.
Gotcha. And then as we head towards the end, one thing I'm really wondering is, for somebody that works in a corporate job, you have things like retirement, you have Social Security, you have 401k, stuff that automatically gets drawn from your check to set up a life for you after retirement, or for your kids if something happens to you. How do entrepreneurs, what are some things that y'all can tell people who are just starting this, or things that you've been thinking about to set up what's next for you in your life? Something like, all your jobs depend on your hands, and something can happen to your hands tomorrow. So what are some things that y'all really focusing on to build that next step for your life and for your children to come behind you?
So I went and got a $50,000 life insurance policy. right? And then I got a policy for my daughter, so when she turned 18, she'd get this money. And then I opened up a savings account. So the money that I make, I spend some of it, but I put money into my savings account. That
Is
way,
it hard to save after you make
No.
so fast money though?
no, it's not at all. You just got to be disciplined.
Yeah.
If you're disciplined, you'll be able to do it.
I could save when I wasn't making nothing.
It was
Hey,
tricky.
listen.
When I first started out, it's sort of, and that's just any hustle that you got. As soon as you give money, a lot of times you're going to pour right back into it. You know what I'm saying? You got to pour right back into the hustle but for me, I don't feel like doing one thing you're ever going to make. You know, like as far as a job, you're never going to make work enough hours to be rich. You know, there's always going to be some exchange of things. And as far as from an entrepreneurial standpoint, being a serial entrepreneur is probably the safest way to provide yourself with a windfall. Like real estate, you know, like I'm a property owner also.
Gotcha.
Me and my partner are finna start our trucking company. I know I'm not going to be able to work on houses for forever, and so I'm trying to train up guys to be in my position so I can move on and start something else. You know, it's widely known that it takes 7 streams of income. The average millionaire has 7 streams of income. What I'm trying to do with my maintenance company is create space and time for myself to be able to work on other things. As an entrepreneur, I don't ever see myself retiring. But I know 5 houses for 12 years is going to pay for her college. You know what I'm saying? And so what do I have to do? I have to be able to give 5 houses and be able to dedicate that to a certain auxiliary. I know if my wife wants a G-Wagon, that's about $700 after payment and insurance. So what do I have to do? I'm not finna go in my pocket and just give $700. No, I need to find a hustle that's gonna provide. I need to find a hustle that's gonna provide $700. You know what I'm saying? To take care of that residual income is your ultimate windfall. No, I don't have a retirement plan. As far as structured, you know, corporate America.
Right.
But as far as a plan, yeah, 10 years from now, I'll probably be about 20 houses in. And so that money I'll be able to afford, you know, the opportunities for Boo and my daughters. And so those are my plans, like that's, and for real, on a sort of bigger note, COVID is a time that a lot of people struggle, but out of struggle comes a lot. You haven't seen so many black businesses born in a long time, you know what I'm saying? And so being uncomfortable with like not knowing what the future is gonna be is what keeps me going, and I gotta think of something else. You know what I'm saying? It's not fair all the time, but it's worth it.
Yeah.
You know, it takes, like sometimes, like I say, I'm up at 2 or 3 in the morning after I get done, you know, doing what I got to do for the day and spending time with the family. Now I'm down to logistics. What do I got to do? You know, what is the next step in the plan? I'm 5-10 years down the line, you know, and that's why I was saying that you can't rely on what other people think. Because if I'd have told somebody 10 years ago that I was planning something like this, now they'd be like, bro, that's going to take too long. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever reason that they have for not doing it, you know, can get in your way, and I done went way off of track. But my retirement plan is to basically keep getting this money.
Yeah. Keep growing.
See, with me, I was horrible at saving. I was in a relationship. I ain't have to save $1. I spent everything that I had. So I feel like becoming an entrepreneur was like a smack in the face. Like it was a hit to reality. It's like, listen, I can't just spend everything, especially when I got my own bills now, got car notes, got the whole 9. So it was like saving that's what you need to do. Entrepreneurship, that fast money can be a blessing and a curse, because I can spend something to be like, you know what, I got 2 clients tomorrow, I'm gonna make that back. But then looking at it on the outside, looking in, it's like, oh, well, you could have been $200 richer. You could have had that. So it's like you really got to be disciplined on your spending because you get it so fast.
You said, yeah, I mean, overall, just being disciplined, knowing that every dollar you get is not supposed to get spent, or it's not something you can just spend loosely and just feel like, like she said, well, tomorrow I'm gonna make more money so I can spend what I made yesterday and whatnot like that. So staying disciplined, but like, I mean, yeah, then you still have to look into, like you said, your life insurance policies and probably like little saving tactics that you could probably go over with your bank. Then, of course, the overall is like how you said, try to get residual incomes. That way, it takes care of that savings plan or that 401k plan or whatever the case may be, because you got the residual income. So now that you have multiple streams of income, one thing is taking care of another. So you're never really just going in your pocket for nothing, and then you always have the ability to be able to save even when you're not disciplined enough to, because I can't touch all 7 streams of income money for the most part, because it might go to different accounts, or you set yourself up with certain blocks or barriers to where you can't access everything that you need to access as far as money-wise. So then that also helps. But overall, just discipline, and then coming up with a plan and sticking to it.
And to kind of to piggyback off of that, could you mention about what was the things that you said? You said 401ks, saving retirements. I would say the biggest transition from corporate America to being an entrepreneur, with me having kids, was health insurance. Like, that was a big thing that took me when I quit my job. It was like, okay, now I got to go to the job center. Now I got to be in that life, because now it's like and their insurance is better than the insurance that I had prior. So it's like it could be a blessing, it could be, a downfall for some people. It really just depends on how you look at it or how you take your situation and grow from it.
And just not being lazy.
Yeah,
because that job provides that cushion to where we're going to do all this for you. So now when you become your entrepreneur or whatever, it's like, now I gotta go find insurance, or now I gotta go do this, and it might be frustrating, but at the end of the day, it's easy, and it'd be probably cheaper than what they got going on, or like she said, you'll find a better situation and stuff like that. So it's really, man, it's easier for real. Like, you just gotta do it. Like, and that goes with the whole entrepreneurship in general. You just can't be lazy. You gotta go after your goal, set a plan, and follow through with it. And that's across the board.
One thing that I really want to say for entrepreneurs out there and, small business owners, a lot of things as far as the black community, it's so hard to just get started, you know what I'm saying, that once we get everything we need as far as, the physical tools and different stuff like that, then we just out and we want to just make money. But we definitely, as a culture, have to savvy ourselves with the logistics side, with the actual business side of it, building the credit, getting your DUNS number, you know what I'm saying, applying for the SBA, finding out the inside and the outsides of being financially free. It's a whole big, like, having the drive and the will to do it is definitely the hard part as far as the muscle is going. But that whole other side, it opens you up for so much more. It just takes a lot of paying attention to. And it's not like, a lot of times people will think that this is too big for, that's like, I can't get a $100,000 loan. My business ain't that big yet. It ain't gonna never be that big if you don't see it that way. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And the best way to get with it is to get out there and get in the water with the sharks. Don't stay in the little tank. Yeah. Get out there and get with some people that's gonna make you run for your money. Don't stay comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Never stay comfortable.
Gotcha.
And it's not easy.
Yeah, as we close, I want y'all, what is one piece of advice that you give to people who still struggling between that, do I stay here for the comfort of 9 to 5, or do have that gift to be an entrepreneur? What's the piece of advice that you give them as they begin to start their journey?
Trust yourself. And then also, if you feel like you're not taking pride, or you just doing something for the glam of it, or just to say you're an entrepreneur, then I'm not gonna necessarily say it's gonna fail, but at the end of the day, your heart's not in it. So if your heart is in it and this is what you truly love and you have a passion for it, go after it. It's gonna work out, period.
What I say is pretty much what I told myself. If I wake up thinking about lashes, if I'm at work thinking about lashes, if I'm at school thinking about lashes, then that's my calling. Like, that's what I need to do. I need to put my energy into that. My energy is not into this computer screen or these accounts that's up. Like, it's not working for me. So if your all is about your craft, then step out on that faith and do it. It's the only thing that I can say. And it's not gonna be easy. Money just ain't gonna be coming in the moment you start it. You gotta really put some effort and time into it to make it and mold it what you feel like your vision for it is, and see it grow. And that will probably be better than anything, just seeing your vision come true and seeing this money coming in just because you're doing what you love to do.
I think probably, I guess the advice I could give right now is either be passionate about what you're doing or have your motivation for what you're doing, be passionate about that. You know, like, I'm not necessarily just so in love with remodeling houses, but I'm so in love with making sure my family gonna eat. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna live, not even just eat, but I want a certain standard of living for my family. And so, you know, I know what my passion is, and I want to be able to do that for free. And so I'm gonna make that situation happen. And once you've checked your passion, then make sure you prepare. You know, a lot of us get anxious. You know, I want to get out there and do this, and I'm gonna lead this job, and have no understanding on what it is that we getting ourselves into. You know, there's no shame in working your job while you working on your passion. That more than likely is going to be the demo. You know, if you're working 8 hours at the job, you're probably going to come home and have to work 8 hours, if not physically, brain work to get your business started. And it's like any other hustle. If you respect it and play it the right way, then you know there's blueprints to things that you want to do. Maybe not specifically eyelashes or cutting hair, but as far as business is concerned, there's blueprints. You know, it's not a crapshoot. It's not, oh, I may make it, no, you line the things up and you prepare and you move, and you may not get there as fast as somebody else, but you stay the course and play the game the right way. You know what I'm saying? And things should turn out, for me personally, turn out, you know, well.
I take what Chris always saying when he preach. He said, if you have a business plan, you put it on paper, you pray about it, and step out on faith and just tell God. Well, you know, God already know what he got planned for you. But if you put it on paper, you pray about it, and you just step out on faith and just tell God to handle it, it's going to happen. That's all I got to say.
Chris going to be an entrepreneur soon. Just stay tuned. Might give me a little trucking company or something. But
He going to be a star.
I pray all the time. But look, I want to
Be a
thank
clown on the road.
I want to thank y'all for joining for this week's conversation, the Fly on the Wall conversation. As we close, I want to thank my friends for joining us. Y'all can go. Y'all want to shout yourself out. They can follow y'all Facebook, whatever. They'll comment their names later on the post, so y'all can go follow them if y'all need some good service. You need a haircut, some lashes, you need your house remodeled, some trash picked up, your car washed, anything. They a jack of all trades. Talk to me. Bingo is beginning his motivational speaking career. You know, I opened the door for him, so he's just been here, just tagging along as the co-founder of the summit. So if y'all need anything, I want to talk to y'all very quickly about a huge event we have coming up October 10th. We have been honored and privileged with the opportunity to host Richard Tolbert's Never Be Defeated pre-album release here at Mount Calvary. Richard Tolbert is bringing some of his special friends such as Tim Reddick and many more. Tickets are now on sale at Eventbrite at Never Be Defeated Never Be Defeated pre-album release sponsored by the Summit. We get the opportunity to host them right here at Mount Calvary in the parking lot. We have a stage outside. There will be lights, there will be smoke, there will be food trucks, there will be vendors, and I want you all to come enjoy that evening with myself and the Summit and Mount Calvary family. You don't want to miss that at all. It is right there on Events right there on our Facebook page, or you can go over to the Summit Dayton page, and it's right there. You can purchase your tickets. I need y'all to purchase them now because due to COVID, we will have limited numbers. Masks are required. We will be practicing social distancing, and we will be following all CDC COVID restrictions. But I want y'all to be a part of what we have going on. I need y'all to tune right back here next Monday as we have another conversation. I don't know where to go. I don't know what the topic will be. I don't know what face you will see, but I want you all to continue to be a part of this as we grow as a family. Until next week, have a good one. Y'all throw y'all deuces up, say goodbye, say something.
Peace out.
Oh, my.
Okay.
Oh, y'all can follow me on IG.
What's your IG?
Eyelashed by Chantel, and that's just the letter I. Lashed
Chantel?
by Chantel is CHANNTEL. Don't you forget it.
Gotcha. All right. Y'all have a good one. Bye-bye. Turn the mics off. Am I not?